Greetings, beautiful friend. My name is David McLeod, and I am your Life Mastery Coach and the lead author of the #1 international best-selling book, Gifts of Wisdom, Practices for Healing and Empowerment, and one of the co-authors of the best-selling series, The Wellness Universe Guide to Complete Self-Care. Welcome to Life Mastery Soul Memos, my monthly series designed to help you expand and magnify your life, one simple idea at a time. This is episode 64. And today my topic title is Rein in Fear, Reclaim Sovereignty. That little voice in your head that's always trying to get your attention, what do you know about it? That inner gremlin that whispers or sometimes shouts that things could go wrong, that you might fail, that you're not quite good enough. Welcome to the world of fear, the ego mind's favorite pastime and primary fuel source. Fear operates like an overzealous, slightly paranoid security guard, constantly scanning the horizon for threats, even when the only thing approaching is the mail carrier. It loves to dredge up past mistakes, hurts, and embarrassments, and then project them into the future, creating vivid, full-color scenarios of potential disaster that keep you on high alert. This relentless mental chatter isn't just distracting, it's genuinely debilitating. It activates your emotional system, pushing you into a low-grade fight-or-flight mode when all you really need to do is take a calm, deep breath. It can keep you paralyzed, preventing you from showing up fully in your life, dimming your brilliant potential, and outright stealing your peace. But there's a liberating truth people often forget. Fear is a passenger, not the driver. It doesn't have to run the show. Let's be honest, we've all been held hostage by this inner critic at one time or another. I remember a period when I was burning to transition from my technical career into a whole new path of coaching. The dream was clear, but every time I sat down to take a concrete step, my mind would overflow with a chorus of what ifs. What if I'm not qualified? What if people laugh at my ambition? What if I invest all this energy and fail, ending up right back where I started, but with less money and more embarrassment? Maybe you've experienced this yourself. If so, just know that you're not alone. That's the ego mind doing its primary job, trying to protect you. The problem is, its methods are prehistoric. It's like using a road map from the 1800s to navigate today's complex highways. The ego mind can't seem to tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and an awkward conversation. So how do we quiet that noisy backseat driver and step into the driver's seat of courage? Well, here's a simple practice that you can implement right now, and it only takes a few minutes of your time. First, simply notice the fear without judgment. Acknowledge its presence calmly, as you would a sudden rain shower. You might even say, "Hello, fear. I see you've decided to visit." This simple act of recognition robs it of its power to operate covertly. Second, anchor yourself by bringing your full attention to your breath. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale slowly for a count of 6. This isn't just spiritual fluff. It's a biological command that signals safety to your nervous system. Third, engage your logical mind. Ask yourself a straight question. Is this fear based on a real, immediate physical threat, or is it just an old, tired story my mind is replaying? Obviously, if it is real, then you'll have to deal with it. But usually, you'll find that it's just echoes of past concerns. Fourth, actively visualize the positive outcome you desire. See yourself succeeding, feeling happy and fulfilled. Scientific experiments have shown that your brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined success and a real one. So you're essentially building new neural pathways. Fifth, take one small, tangible step toward your goal. Action is fear's most powerful antidote. And finally, practice gratitude. Spending a few minutes acknowledging what's good in your life right now rewires your brain to focus on abundance and safety rather than lack and danger. Maybe your ego mind is now telling you that this approach is just woo-woo fluff, but the science behind it is robust. Living in a state of chronic fear isn't just unpleasant, it's physiologically harmful. When the fear response is constantly triggered, your body pumps out stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Chronically elevated cortisol is linked to a suppressed immune system, poor sleep, weight gain, and impaired memory and concentration. Conversely, when you practice recognizing and releasing fear, as I've suggested here, you consciously activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response. Research confirms that mindfulness and controlled breathing significantly lower cortisol levels, improve emotional regulation, and enhance overall well-being. On top of all that, the act of pursuing a meaningful dream and taking purposeful action, as I suggested in my episode last month, triggers the release of dopamine. This neurochemical not only increases optimism and motivation, but also reinforces the very behaviors that led to its release, creating a positive feedback loop of courage and achievement. In the end, fear is often just a deeply ingrained mental habit, a loop that can be interrupted and rewired with consistent practice. By consciously bringing your attention to the present moment, you reclaim control from the panic projections of your ego mind. Every time you acknowledge fear without letting it veto your decisions, you build resilience and expand your comfort zone. The cumulative benefits are profound. Less daily anxiety, greater mental clarity, improved physical health, and the quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you are the author of your life, not your fears. So the next time that inner alarm bell starts clanging, take a deep breath, offer it a gentle smile, and take one small step forward. You're far more powerful than you think you are. If you like being inspired by people who learn from their circumstances and embrace the wisdom that emerges naturally out of those situations, then you'll love my book, Gifts of Wisdom, Practices for Healing and Empowerment. Head over to Amazon right now. Grab yourself a copy, and maybe grab one for a friend also. And by the way, if you are looking for articles, videos, and other powerful content that can help you improve your life, check out my website at magnificence.com. This is a powerful membership and personal growth website geared toward helping people to remember the truth of who they really are and to express and experience the fullness of who they really are. There's a lot of great material on my site, so please don't pass it up. Head over to magnificence.com right away and check out this really cool membership site. Remember, friend, fear is the lifeblood of the ego mind, which dwells on pains and failures of the past and projects them into the future, keeping you on alert for risks that may never appear. Bring your attention to the present, rein in your fear, and reclaim your sovereignty permanently. Let me know your thoughts about this, and if you need some one-on-one support, please reach out to me directly. I'll see you next time on Life Mastery Soul Memos. Bye-bye for now.